Good morning. It is a beautiful sunny morning here in Zone 7B, and it is going to be a hot one today. But we are planting a little gem magnolia tree. This is probably not the best time of year to plant it. In fact, it's not. But we purchased it over the weekend and we want to get it in the ground. We're going to have some extremely hot temperatures this week later on, so we want to get it in the ground as soon as possible. My husband and I have debated for the last couple of days where to actually plant this tree. Little gem is kind of deceiving in the name when it says little. It is a smaller version of the original southern magnolia trees, which can get probably, I don't know, 30 foot or higher. The little gem is actually a version that only gets about 20 foot tall, so still a large tree. I'm going to clear away and rake away some of these limbs and get the spot prepared. Before we get it planted, I just wanted to show you some of the traits on this tree. This tree we got is probably at least, I would say it's 6 foot tall, so it's a good sized tree already. It has a bloom on it. And I have noticed, unfortunately, not only do the bees love it, which is great, but so do these dad blame Japanese beetles. I killed about 8 off of it yesterday off this one bloom. So if you've got any suggestions on getting rid of Japanese beetles, please put it in the comment line because we are overrun with Japanese beetles. But back to the tree. We've got 4 blooms that have not, that are forming actually. You can see here, this one, and there's some more. But one of the traits, other than the size or the height that the tree gets, is actually, if you want to look at the leaves. The leaves, of course, are that beautiful, I call it bronzy, kind of a, I think bronze is probably the best color description. And then it has the, it's an evergreen for us. It has the shiny green leaves on top. But they're only going to get about half the size of the traditional southern magnolia. So you can see these leaves are quite a bit smaller. At our last home, we had a traditional southern magnolia. My husband hated it because it shed leaves and he had to mow. It was a lot of roots. And I will tell you that when you're planting either this variety or the traditional southern magnolia, that anything you plant, you're probably not going to really be able to plant anything around it. For some reason, grass really doesn't grow under them. Any kind of plants you put under them really don't grow. So expect it to be just kind of barren underneath the tree. That's why we are not going to be limbing it up. We're going to let these lower branches stay. At our last home, the tree was limbed up so you could go all the way around it, but it looked unsightly to me. So we're going to leave this one and let the lower branches grow out and produce just as they are right now. And that's something to keep in mind when you are shaping your trees. Again, the little gem is not going to get near as big, but when you're purchasing, you do want to look for one that has a strong trunk that's pretty straight. And you can see these are kind of leggy here on the bottom, and then there's a spot here where there's really no limbs, and then it gets kind of fuller up here at the top. But we're just going to see how it goes through the years. And usually says that these bloom within the first 2 to 3 years. So I'm assuming this tree is at least, with the height, I'm going to say probably 3 to 4 years old. I don't know that for sure. It doesn't matter, it's blooming, so I'm super excited about that. But if you have any tips on the Japanese beetles, be sure to let me know. All right, so the spot we're planting it is just coming down our driveway. The road is up this area, so it's coming down the driveway here. And we're going to kind of plant it here. You can see the sun is already coming through this morning. It's not 24 hours a day sun, obviously, but the sun will come on out. You can see here in the driveway, it's already getting in full sun here in the driveway. So it's going to push on as the sun gets higher in the sky. This will become full sun, and it's full sun in the afternoon. So we think it'll do okay here. Okay, so we've got her in the ground, and I was just saying that around the base of the tree, kind of leave a little bit of a bowl right there around the trunk, not as high up with the mulch around it. Looks like that's more soil conditioner than it is mulch. Looks like a lot of the mulch has already started composting itself, deteriorating and turning into conditioner. But I'm pretty pleased with it, and we're going to definitely water the tree in really good today and probably the next several days, and we'll keep it watered. You know, magnolias, once they get their roots established, they're pretty self-sufficient from what I understand, and from our last experience, they really didn't have any issues as far as diseases. But again, for the third time, the Japanese beetle has already been attacking the blooms. And I will say we put 7 dust on a lot of stuff now to keep them at bay as best we can. We've tried the traps, and I swear in our area, I think it brings more beetles in than it actually kills them, even though it kills thousands of them. I still think they attract it more for some reason. But if you've got any other suggestions other than the traps or the 7 dust, please let me know. And I can't wait until the holidays in a couple of years, because I love to decorate with magnolias for the holidays. If you don't do anything else with them, I think that's a fantastic reason to have a magnolia tree. And we used to do a swag over our front door at our last house, and we had a fireplace. We decorated the fireplace with it. And so on. I will tell you, I don't think I mentioned earlier, that the spread of this tree is a 7 to 10 foot diameter. So you need to be careful where you plant it. You definitely do not want to plant it up near the foundation of your house. And unfortunately, that's where I see a lot of these little gems planted. They start off so cute and small, and people are told, oh, this is the dwarf version of the magnolia. And that sounds all good until it gets 15 to 20 foot tall and the roots are going into your foundation. So make sure that you're very conscientious on where you put a little gem. Again, don't put it near your water lines. If you have a well like we do, put it somewhere that it's not going to cause problems, because the worst thing you could do is let this thing grow 5, 6, 10 years and then have to whack it down because you put it in the wrong place. Hope you all enjoyed the video today. Be sure and hit subscribe and like. Subscribing is free. I've had some people ask me about that, about how much it costs. Subscribing on YouTube is free. So subscribe, hit the like button and that little bell. It'll let you know when we put on a new video. Hope you all have a blessed day.